think since I'm here, we've played a game where we've had so many big chances and didn't score one of them. And in the end, we needed a set piece to score, which wasn't a big chance, but a great finish from Trent.
If you'd have made that contact on a goalkeeper that Patson Daka made on Alisson, would you expect a free kick to be given against you or not?
Not in the Premier League. I've seen goals given in this situation, and but it's the position where we're in now, where this goes against you. Luke Thomas was also on the floor with a head injury. It can be blown off immediately on a head injury. That doesn't happen, and the ball goes in, and it's exactly the situation where we're in.
Listen, the season as a whole hasn't been good enough as a whole. From the minute we started to where we are now, it hasn't been good enough. We haven't won enough games, which is obvious, but the performance levels haven't been high enough. There's a frailty about us. We've seen a confidence issue hit with the players. Yeah, I think you can see that when you watch us. 5 games, Ruud. How do you make sure that that's not a miserable experience for you, your staff, the players, the fans?
It's the reason why a couple of weeks ago we shifted on those targets, because we saw it coming, and that is everybody showing their capabilities, ending the season in the best way possible, because next season the league start again, and the championship will start again, and Leicester City will continue.
I was there in empty Anfield when Jordan Henderson lifted the trophy. You must have thought about it. How much different will it be to do it in front of 60,000 people instead of a few dozen?
Yeah, you mentioned it. Yeah, you must have think about it. Of course, I can't deny it. If I would lie to you if it didn't cross my mind. But we still have a big game on the weekend, and I encourage everyone, Liverpool fans, of course, to be there, support us, and it will all be worth it towards the end. We work so hard to be in this position throughout the whole season. We have been so consistent in the league, especially. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's keep it that way. But we still got a big job in our hands.
I love that, because on the one hand he does want to laugh and go, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, but on the other he's got to be professional. I know,
He's got a smirk on his face, hasn't he? Yeah.
Just try not to laugh. Look, Liverpool's shown this season they can win games in various different ways. Today it was width.
It was, yeah, and they wasn't convincing by any means, but this is why they are going to be the champions, because they just find a way to get the job done. And today it was the fullbacks. They set the tempo early on. This was really early in the game. A really clever, intricate move. Normally Salah would have buried that, but he couldn't believe his luck, hit both the posts and come back out. But we just highlighted Tsimikas here. You see him, an underlapping run, which is very difficult to defend, and he's getting nearly to the byline. And another day Salah would have put that in. Here when we stop it, that's both of Liverpool's fullbacks, so they're playing very brave. They're very high up the pitch. Normally see one and not the other one go, and it's actually Tsimikas that gets a chance. Good save, but you can see what they was trying to do. This is Bradley on the ball, clever play again, driving into the box at the Leicester defence, and the 2 furthest forward players for Liverpool are both fullbacks, so you can see the trend with how they was playing in the game. A little bit of skill from Salah. They just didn't have the quality until this man entered the pitch, and you kind of just got a feel for it straight away. Great ball from Tsimikas, who had put in good delivery all day. They keep it alive. There's a post, crossbar, it's half cleared, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is already anticipating where the ball's going to land, and then this is some finish that's his first goal with his left foot, yeah. But his technique, he's hit that better than some left footers could hit a half volley. It's an unbelievable finish, and then the celebration, and we can all read into it, but it means a lot to him. Oh, you can say that. Fair play. It was a great strike from him.
It does mean a lot to him, and we did sort of interpret various messages in his celebration, didn't we? And look, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, because they want to enjoy the moment they're in. But what they do in fullback positions going forward next season will be really interesting, actually.
Yeah, they've got a decision to make on Conor Bradley, whether he's going to be the number 1 right back, or whether they feel as if it may come too early to rely on him straight away, or they can invest in whatever. There's no doubt he's got the talent there, and if Trent is going to choose to go away, then good luck to him, because he's won absolutely everything there, and he's been a superstar. And I mean, the quality that you've got from Liverpool to bring someone like him on today to go and win you the game, because they did create chances. They didn't play that well, but they did create enough chances to score 4 or 5 goals on another day they would have.
Could you understand why the Leicester goal was disallowed?
Yeah, I think it's a foul. Yeah. I think that it's just that little look from Daka there at where Alisson is. if you didn't look at him just before the contact was made, maybe there's an argument. But he knows exactly what he's doing. Yes, it is soft, but it's a foul. I think we all agree in here that it's a foul.
Yeah, you're not going to get away with that on the goalkeeper. Maybe 30 or 35 years ago you would have, but not in today's game.
Which means Leicester still haven't scored at home. You've got to go back to December for the last time they scored at home. They've become the first team in top flight history to go 9 consecutive home league games without scoring. It's a bigger picture though here, isn't it, Alan? You know, the fans are very unhappy with the way the club is being run, whether that's at boardroom level, whether that's at the director of football level. Director of football, John Rudkin, the man who was director of football when they won the title. But they have lost their way as a club.
Oh, massively, yeah. You can see even today with the empty seats in the stadium, there was a protest before the game, and they've got some big decisions to make before next season. Well, a long time before next season, because it's been awful for them. It really has. I mean, 27 goals and 33. We've just shown there in the no goals at home for that amount of time, and they've been miles off it.
Reid van Nistelrooy said afterwards, "I'm waiting on the clarity of the club and how they want to continue." And that actually sums up the feeling of the fans, is that they want some kind of clarity.
Yeah. The decisions need to be made, and that needs to be communicated to the fan base and everybody. And it sounds like the manager as well. Which direction are they going in? What are they going to do? Are they trying to bounce back? I think they obviously need players brought in. Because the goal situation would still be the same next season in any division. If you're not creating enough chances, you're not going to score goals, you're not going to win games. So, you know, for the manager, he probably needs some clarity. The players do as well as the fans.
Right, Fulham began the day.
I think I deserve any credits for that, because if you have Trent on the bench, knowing that Connor probably can play 90, I think every manager in the world would have brought Trent in. So there are no credits for me over there, but definitely for Trent, because he worked so hard for 5.5 weeks, including the medical staff that worked so hard with him to get him back in the squad as soon as he could. And that's why we could use him today for 15 minutes, and I think I had to use him for 27 because 7 minutes of added time.
It was a fantastic moment for him, and the celebration showed how much it meant to him.
Yeah, but I don't think it only meant a lot to him. I think it meant a lot for everyone who loves Liverpool. But it's a big moment, and big players like to have big moments in their career. And Virgil had one last week in a special moment. Mo has had them many times this season already. And players with the quality of Trent, you know that these players step up when you most need it. And he did that when he came in against Newcastle. He did that in his second half performance against Paris Saint-Germain, where I was just waiting for him to score a goal till the moment he had to go out with an injury. And now he's back and he's had his moment. So all nice, but still one to go.
Pushes you one step further, I guess. You know, it's just waiting. The play, I mean, to score with your 25th shot now just shows how much you dominated today, how well you played.
Yeah, I think we did. We dominated definitely, which is also what you could expect if you go to Leicester. But I think you also have to give credits to Ruud van Nistelrooy, who just keeps trying to play in the best possible way, and I saw a few very good moments of them also today. It's not a team that kicks every ball long. They try to play, they try to create, and but yeah, you can expect that we are the team that creates most chances, and it's the first time since I'm here that we've missed so many big chances, because normally we are better in scoring one of them. But today it was not a big chance that we scored. It was again a set piece in another big moment for us to score in a set piece, with us putting so much effort in it for 9 or 10 months now. Feels really good that in the moment we need most, although we needed it against Paris Saint-Germain as well when we headed it on the post, Jarell. Now big moments for us to score a set piece.
Will it feel extra special if you do indeed win a title in front of your fans? Your fans have been sensational for this.
Yeah, they definitely were. But I think the only thing the fans want is us winning the league. After one league title in 35 years, with them not being involved because of COVID. Yeah, of course they were involved, but not as much as they probably wanted it would be every moment that it happens, it would be special for them. But definitely looking forward to next week, because I assume that Arsenal, because they are such a good team, is able to win during the week. So we probably have to do it ourselves, and the first chance we have is next week against Tottenham.
Adam, you just mentioned the set pieces. I think that was at the 12th corner. You changed it at half time from outswingers to in-swingers. What did you see, and can you just talk about what you just mentioned about the 9 months and the difficulty in scoring from set pieces and what you've been changing?
A lot of noise. To be fair, the idea, the plan was to have in-swingers already in the first half, but there is a bit of freedom also for players to take an outswing if they think that's better or that they prefer that. The work we've put in is that we've trained a lot. We have a lot of meetings about it. We try to every single time try to improve the details, and I think it's normal for a team that's, or not a team, but a coaching staff that's only for 9 or 10 months with that team, that it doesn't come from the first week. I always say, if I do my analyzing, if I'm analyzing an opponent, if they have their set pieces perfect, so all their throw-ins perfect, all these kind of things, I know the manager is already there for a long time. Because normally you start with bringing the ball out from the back, how to defend, and all these kind of things, and the end of that process is set pieces. And I think Arsenal is a great example of that, where Mikel has worked so long, and they're so good in all different phases of the game, and now they've become world class in set pieces.
With the tweaks you made at half time as well, what was the idea there? It looked like you went 4-2-4 a bit.
Sorry?
It looked like you went 4-2-4 second half when you pressed. What was the idea there?
I don't think we had to press that much because the goalkeeper mostly kicked the ball long, but the way we press, we wanted just the one that's closest to the ball needs to press, and especially if we need a goal. So that could sometimes mean that it's 4-2-4, and sometimes it's the winger and the fullback jumps. It's just getting rhythm into the game, because it's quite difficult for us to get rhythm and momentum into the game, because the most teams we are facing, every time there's a throw-in, they take 1.5 minutes to take that throw-in. So yeah, the only thing we can do about it is keep the ball longer, and there's where I think we can and have to improve. But yeah, it's also a nice thing that there are still a lot of things to improve if we are 13 points clear at the moment. I think I have to wait and see, because I haven't experienced it here yet. But what I do know from my experience at Feyenoord is that, of course, there's a lot of noise and everybody is very excited. But at our training ground, we are just focused on the training session we do, and trying to prepare in the best possible way for Tottenham, which is a team where all the injuries are coming back. Is a team that deserves our full attention. The boys also have 1 or 2 days off during this week, because we've planned that already a long time ago, and hopefully they will enjoy some time with their loved ones and be fully focused when we are back together to work towards Tottenham.
Arne, can I just ask you, well, I'm sure no one will question Trent's commitment after that goal today, but you have obviously had to sign on. Are you still open to dialogue sort of on Trent? Are you still hoping for that half?
The headline should be today the goal he scored and not about his contract. But what I can say is it would be ridiculous if someone argues his commitment for this club, because the work rate he put in to be back today and make such an important goal, and all the work he's done for this club in all these years that he's here, that no one should, in my opinion, can argue his commitment to this club. But that the headlines be his great goal and not his contract situation.